Okay campers, we're back at it again. We've got a kitchen remodel going on. And this one looks like this. Got yourself your standard issue kitchen. Customers already started to clean it out for me. So all these cabinets, they're going away. They're getting replaced with the new version. So this wall over here has one pantry, and that goes away. So we have a designer on this job, which is great, because then I can just refer to the drawings. And also she comes up with ideas that really help this kitchen. So for example, that wall there is going to be all cabinets. It's sort of a nicer look to fill it out. And then this section here, what we're going to do is basically shift the peninsula about 9 inches. The stove is not centered on the ceiling, which is really cool. Yeah, see, that shows this really cool system here in the ceiling, this recessed panel that was created a long time ago to give soffits to the cabinets. So what we're trying to do, one of the design issues was to center that stove over. Move it over, make it more natural, I guess, and the hood too there, the microwave hood. So that's what's going on there. So with that in mind, we're not doing anything to the ceiling here. And then the floor, of course, when we shift over these cabinets, put new ones, we're going to have to put some more tile there, move this stuff over a little bit. No problem. Got that all dialed in. There is a little plumbing in that area, so we'll see how that pans out. This section over here, which is basically like a dining room off the kitchen, is really cool. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to extend these soffits. Seems like I get a lot of jobs with soffits. Right here where this cabinet's going to go, we have to extend that soffit over so that these upper cabinets all stop at the same height. It's pretty obvious, but has to be kind of designed. That side and this side, the soffit continues over. So we got to thinking about it, or the designer did, because that's what they do. They think about these things and figure them out. We're going to put a soffit across the front wall as well. And the reason being, then we recreate that beautiful recessed area, voila, and we put one over here. The backsplash, of course, in the new kitchen will have tile, not wallpaper. Although as you can see, they had a 6-inch splash before, and this is just wallpaper. And guess what? Worked fine. It's all dated, the old heavy-duty bull nose here, monster edging, we're all familiar with and ready to throw away. So anyway, I'm here to run this project and see what we can do. It's gonna look beautiful. See, isn't demo just the funnest? Take out that tile countertop, bust out the cabinets, they just fall apart anyway. Doors come right off. They've been here for, I don't know, 40 years plus. And we got that old plywood down to protect the tile, and it's looking really good. Can you say starting over? There it is. Demolition complete. Remember, the floor stays, the wall stays, gets extended. There was a change of plans. We were going to move this wall over 9 inches, but now we're just going to move it this way a little bit. And then this equipment over here can still line up with cabinet configuration. So, interesting thing here, they went right over vinyl when they tiled this floor on the slab. So, okay, when you have a project with a permit on it, that's really great, but then you have to get inspections, and so the inspections can cause you a little grief, but when you're an old veteran like me, you just take things in stride and say, what do you want me to do? I'll fix it. And I pretty much know what needs to be done, and my guys know. So the great thing is, look at this right here. Look what just happened. He came out today, and guess what? Signed the card, baby. 2 signatures in one day. So I'm a happy camper. He caught a few things, said do this, said do that, but you can proceed with the project. That's the main thing. Keep the wheels of progress turning, I always say. So we're going ahead and cleaning up these walls a little bit from the holes the plumbers and electricians made so that we can drywall patch it. And of course, if you're working in California or Hawaii or someplace like this, you're going to see evidence of termite activity. This board here is shows you where they've been munching, and then the dirt buildup. Wonder if anybody knows why there's dirt buildup. Look at that corner. Look at that. They must be on the face of that board on the other side, but right here on this block also, we're looking at trying to see if we can catch them in the act here, and we can know whether or not we've actually got live termites, but it doesn't appear so. This house has probably been tinted more than once. Anyway, if anybody of you followed any of my videos, you know I'm the termite killer, so these buddies better watch out here. Yeah, these boys, they play for keeps, man. Look at that. 2x4 no more. Do not see anything live. There it is. But they have just... It's interesting how they'll take one board and just destroy it, and then the one next to it, nothing. Strange. But it's gotta go. Okay, we're finishing up the drywall patches. It's not that big a deal. It's just a lot of work. Cutting around every little thing. Inspector wants to come out and see these screw heads. Make sure they're not too deep. I already told you. Soffit, almost done. I'm out of rock today, so I'm gonna go get some more. But that's what it looks like. Got to move the vent, and we moved the light, so we have a couple patches. Okay, this is what it looks like after all inspections except for final inspection. So we've got to fix the floor and put the cabinets in, and after the cabinets are in, the countertop and the backsplash, and then you set your finish on your plumbing and you walk away. So this side will get the coffee station. There's going to be cabinets all down that wall. Can't wait to see it. Best part is, I don't have to do any of it. Just, you know, I'll go do something else. These guys don't need me. They know what they're doing, and that's the beauty of it. Get yourself some good help, and then you can go out and make some other money. Okay, so now my guy is taking out the pieces that were cut that now have to fit better to the new layout, to the new cabinets. Strange how it was on linoleum, but there it is. So we'll get this all put in there together. Okay, cabinets are here. Start building them. Come on, boys. Get them out of those boxes and try to find a place to put them all. So anyway, the process is kicking here. And turn some lights on. There you have it. Okay, here's what happens when your customer says, "Oh, I've got that same tile. I can get that. Patch it in with the stuff I got out in the backyard." So he did, we did, and guess what? It's the same tile, but it's probably a different dye lot or shade. It's really distinctively different. So either this original floor here is super dirty, or maybe it got sealed or something, but he's kind of stuck with that because he doesn't want a new floor tile in there. He spent a little extra money to do that. So, and today was his last day to decide, because cabinets are going in today, people. See, all the modulars come in boxes. You got to put them together. So when you're doing a project, you want to make sure you account for assembly. It's a whole day for two guys.
And one thing about the modulars, a lot of people want custom cabinets. I understand that, and you have a custom space. But if you have a designer, they should be able to find modulars and make them work. It really isn't that complicated. You're going to see at the end of this project, the tight, clean fit is not going to be like a ton of fillers all over that are not necessary, because there's enough good stuff out there. You don't have to pay super high prices. Now, there is a place for custom cabinets. I had one put in my house just the other day. Anyway, but it's a lot of money when you do a whole kitchen.
37 y medio, 36 y medio. Ya terminamos 36, 37 y medio. No, va a estar fino. Solo para.
Okay, day number 1 is complete, and the boys got everything in. Look at that, except these extra cabinets here going in the bathroom. So of course there's always a surprise or two, and this cabinet over here, once it's installed, we got to push it back. We're going to put a little filler here, get it away from the window. It's really close, but it hit an outlet down there, so we have to move that. We can't have it looking goofy. We don't do goofy, man. Okay, you're just going along, everything's fine, and something pops up at you. Pretty typical of any project. You're going to have something that needs adjusting, something that got missed, whatever. So I'm going to show you what happened here. When the client met the designer, they went over everything, and typically what you want to do is you give your designer all the specs, all the appliances that you're putting in, so that she has the spec sheet. A lot of it's pretty standard, like this refrigerator cabinet. It's 36 inches wide. The stove is 30, microwave is 30, dishwasher is always 24. But the height of the refrigerator can be flexible. So the designer didn't have a spec sheet, so she had to decide what size upper to put in the project, so she put a 15-inch. This situation was challenging anyway, because you have a soffit, and with modulars, which I said in the beginning, you can do it and it looks pretty good, but there will be some variations. Take a look at the top here. You got a pretty big space, and the reason is you got a standard size cabinet. There's nothing you can do about it. You go any taller and the cabinets would have hit the ceiling or whatever. It wouldn't have been room for crown or something. You can't raise it up because then your toe kick gets too massive. That looks weird. So you have that look here, and then you can jump across the room. The rest of them have this look with very little face frame showing. So see it even right here. The customer had to agree to this look change. With the crown cruising across the top, it's really not a huge deal, but in some cases, and some of you are saying right now, I would never settle for that. Well, then you'd be buying custom cabinets, and it'll cost a lot more money. And again, this is pretty standard. But anyway, what happened was then he went out to buy refrigerators, and he's finding out that they're not tall enough to fit in here. These are what they call countertop depth refrigerators, countertop depth refrigerators. Anyway, so now this is too low, and it's got to get higher. So really all we got to do is take this one out. If you'll notice, it's fastened from underneath here. That way, the screws in here. You can tell pretty easy. Take out 6/8 screws. They got a lot of screws in that. Put another one in there. Fortunately, it's available, and somebody's got to go shopping. So anyway, the main thing to remember when you're on your project is don't panic. There's always a solution. So this is where it shows up. You say, well, that piece at the top is bigger than this one. What's the big deal? Well, the deal is the doors are different heights. Pull back and look at that. This door, it's really hard to see, it's so dark. See, it's closer to the ceiling, obviously, because you got this cabinet high as you can, so the backsplash is the same all the way across, etc., etc. Pretty normal looking. Then all of a sudden those are different height because of the pantry. Anyway, we couldn't really just move this one up, see, because yeah, it's better to have the transition of heights right there. This is a lot of you know, exciting information. I know you want to share this with your family members. There it goes. It looks good when you're in the house cooking. The last thing on your mind is the height of that cabinet door. Okay, I'm getting pretty excited. Here's this kitchen. You'll see the before and after picture of the cabinets. If you remember, we talked about how that microwave and stove was off to the left a little bit as far as it lines up to this recessed panel in the ceiling. It's pretty cool. We lined it right up. It makes sense. Like the designer says, it has purpose. It's a living thing. So anyway, the cabinets are looking really nice. We've got the refrigerator upper taken care of, and so we come over here, and the tall cabinets and all that, that's a different look. And on this side we have the coffee station we talked about. You remember it was a big cabinet on one side and nothing on the left. So this is looking really nice. The countertop's coming in pretty soon, so we'll finish it out. Okay, catch me in the middle here, but we got some new quartz in here. We'll get a better look at it once the backsplash is in, but you gotta wait for your quartz or your granite, and then you can cover up. Almost finished, but not quite. Just have to take a little quick look at it. So nice. Look at that backsplash. Get those outlets put together today. Nice. So I'm trying to get all angles here. What we had before. There's your coffee station. Hold on a minute. Yeah, it's exposed all there. So there's your coffee station. Got the backsplash on it. Looking really nice. Not really responsible for the wallpaper, so I don't know what that's going to look like. So there's a view of the kitchen from the front looking back. Very nice. Okay, it's exciting when you get a new project and you get all into it and get your stuff going and all that, and you go, okay, I can't wait to do this. But there's even a more exciting time, and that is when you're done. Almost done. Oh, watch out. So we're going to show you the process, how it's finished up here. So here's our crown. I told you it couldn't look much better, but man, it looks really, really good. Look at that. Beautiful crown finished out. And there you have it, matching the other part of the house. Now, of course, once we got to a certain point, he took down all that wallpaper off the ceiling and said, paint it. So we got finished painting that up. But here's the kitchen, 99% done. He's going to get new wallpaper, which is outside the scope of my contract. But pretty much it's all done. And got that awesome table out there. Pretty simple. This area here, again, the wallpaper is still an issue, so hopefully I'll get another video of it. But in case I don't, here it is.